The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. A leper came to him and kneeling down begged him and said, "If you wish, you can make me clean." Moved with pity, he stretched out his hand, touched the leper, and said to him, "I do will it. Be made clean." The leprosy left him immediately, and he was made clean. Then, warning him sternly, he dismissed him at once. Then he said to him, "See that you tell no one anything, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer for your cleansing what Moses prescribed. That will be proof for them." The man went away and began to publicize the whole matter. He spread the report abroad so that it was impossible for Jesus to enter a town openly. He remained outside in deserted places, and people kept coming to him from everywhere. The Gospel of the Lord. Superstitions can creep into people's lives quite easily and sometimes imperceptibly. I have to laugh with especially the sport of baseball, and you see all these players with their different rituals and superstitions of wearing a dirty, filthy hat because they hit a home run when they wore that hat, and so for the rest of the year they don't wash the hat, or dirty socks, or they move their hands this way, or sometimes they even bless themselves and have all these rituals that go along with the sport. And obviously some of them, there is a superstition involved, and there's quite a clear distinction that the Scriptures make between superstition and true faith. For superstition is an attempt to manipulate things, words, examples, actions, objects, so that I can have power over this situation. I gain power over this situation by these manipulation of things and actions and behaviors. Faith is where one would surrender to the power of God in one's life and let Him allow our minds, hearts, wills, and being walk under His guidance, under His power, in the face of any certain circumstance. I'm under your control. In the example that we had, or the reading that we have from the first book of Samuel, two of Eli's sons are heading into battle with the Jews. And the Jews going against the Philistines. We're going to conquer the Philistines. And here they go, Phinehas and Hophni, Eli's sons. What it doesn't say in this passage, chapter before, is Eli and Hophni are scoundrels. They're taking their father's position as he is a leader of the people and up in age. Hophni and Eli are scoundrels. They've taken advantage of the women who work around the temple, promiscuous with them, and take advantage of their power, and taking sacrifices that people were honestly and sincerely bringing to worship God, and they were taking the best of the meat, so not allowing them to properly sacrifice. They had disregard for God and disregard for people. And here they are leading the people into battle. And so, as the battle is going poorly, they get the idea. Let's get the Ark of the Covenant, bring it into battle, and with the Ark of the Covenant, which was the history of winning victories before, let's bring the Ark of the Covenant with us, and then we'll go into battle, and we'll have the battle won. Using the Ark of the Covenant as a superstitious object, when in fact the Ark of the Covenant was the symbol of God's presence among us. They disregarded God. They got the Ark, but they disregarded God. They got the object of their superstition, and they disregarded faith in the one who does bring victory and peace and righteousness and all the rest. And I think, my brothers and sisters, we are always tempted to want to control things outside of us, want to secure things outside of us and that which are beyond us. And sometimes we can even use religious objects like a rabbit foot. Well, I got my rabbit foot, I got my lucky penny in this pocket, and I got my saint's beads, I got my miraculous medal, and I got all these other things of the saints, and I even remember seeing on one man all these saints and objects and crucifix, and then this I said, what is that? Well, it's the Italian horn. I said, gee, the Italian horn. Just another one of those lucky charms. I got them all together. To stop and reflect. Are all these things, and even sometimes we can say, well, okay, I got to Mass. I remember once sitting on an airplane. I digress, but not so much. I sit on an airplane and with my collar on, and somebody said, oh, thank God you're here on the plane. Oh, because God's not going to take you down. He might take me down, but he's not going to take you down. Well, don't be too sure of that. It's like I was all of a sudden a lucky charm, an object of, oh, finally we got some control over this, right? And of course, God will not be used, and Eli and Hophni were not used, and interesting enough, as the sons of Eli were killed, a new son, a spiritual son, Samuel, was being raised by Eli. Samuel, whose heart was to listen to God, to surrender his life to God. Under your power, God, under your care, God. Here I am, Lord. Not here I am, lucky charm. Here I am, Lord. In our faith as well, my brothers and sisters, we can get baptism, but are we getting God? We can get Holy Communion, but are we getting God? We can get ashes on Ash Wednesday, but are we getting God? We can get palms on Palm Sunday, but are we getting God? Because one can be merely reduced to superstition, the other reduced, or rather elevates us to a life under his care, under his providence, under wherever it is that he leads us, always to victory.